I got involved with the Warren when I was 15 years old, and back then there wasn't any digital recording or anything. I came in to use the studio with my band and record a demo, which then we went on to get gigs in other cities with. At the time it was really important for me to have a service like the Warren that was free, because I was, we was a working class family, didn't have any money, and to record in the studio it was at least £200 a day. You couldn't do it at home back then, so it was really expensive. So if it wasn't for that opportunity for me, that changed my life, because I went on to have a career in music and touring the country with a band. That first opportunity came from the Warren, so that's how I originally got involved, and then I came back years later after I'd been touring with my band, and came back and started to work as a tutor, doing sort of sessional work. What we do, we're the only non-profit charity that supports local music, every day of the year, pretty much. So, my job really is to support young people in Hull through arts and music. So, I'm in a good position to basically just offer any support when people want to get any support when it comes to music in general.
And obviously, we need to keep that going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a real vital thing, because we've had a massive input in the Freedom Festival, becoming the Freedom Festival, or a lot of the venues in Hull. We've fed a lot of people into that, and we've been a bit responsible for a lot of the stages and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Well, we've always received core funding from the council since we've been here, but over the last few years that's depleted quite a lot. So the funding's gone down and down, and we get money from other places, and we try and top that up from. We get national lottery funding, we've had NHS funding, and little pots of money here and there from different organisations. As well, though, it's worth mentioning that we've had a massive cut and we nearly closed our doors, but we still got funding from the council, and we still get support from the council. So, and it's not so much a local council thing. You're talking like government policies from the central government, from the Houses of Parliament. That's what you're talking about. That's affecting our city. Our city council have been told to cut millions and millions of pounds. So where they cut that, they've got to make the decisions. So obviously everybody's getting cut. So I'm not saying, we're the only people that have been cut. We're still here. Some organisations have shut down totally. Really valuable organisations. So I want to say that we are, very, very grateful to be here. If you haven't got a community, what have you got? Do you know what I mean? And a city like Hull has been trodden for hundreds of years, for centuries. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. In different ways, in history, but it's got a reputation of just constantly fighting back, and that's always going to be there in Hull, and that's what we've got to be proud of. And people aren't easily beat. They just get on with it, and they've got a really good attitude towards getting on with it. So it's the same with the Warren. We're speaking to people that are in the 50s who have been affected by the Warren when they were younger. And that just tells you how long the Warren's been here. It's an institution in Hull. Yeah. And they were saying, a Warren-shaped hole in Hull is not, they can't think of anything worse, because they've always had it in their lives, and they've got kids and grandkids now, who are getting affected by the Warren, or getting support by the Warren. So, this is generations of families that have had support from this service. We sort of started a campaign to save the Warren when we thought we was going to be shutting down, and loads of people got behind it, and we've raised, a bit of money, a few grand, but that money's not going to save jobs, that money's not going to save the Warren, but that money's going to enable us to campaign, to market ourselves better, to promote ourselves better, to get by daily, to buy tea bags for the young people, or whatever. We did a gig at Pave recently, and the best thing was the amount of people that were behind the Warren, and the amount of awareness. We raised a couple of grand, which was absolutely amazing. But like Alex said, giving a cheque ain't gonna. It's the work that needs to. You still need to. It's the awareness. It's getting the community behind what we do, and getting the whole community in Hull to understand what we do. Because I think people don't actually know what we do. People don't realise what actually happens inside these walls. And the work we do with young people about building relationships, building confidence, offering a space, offering a counselling service and sexual health service. Confidential support, workshops. Stuff around health and healthy eating, music. It's not. We don't just open our doors and let people in and just hang around. We try and engage people. We try and help people become resilient when they're coming through a time in their life when you know, especially at the moment for young people, they've got no hope. Young people tell us there's no point in going to college because what's at the end of it? People don't have families and they treat the Warren as a family. Some young people will go as far as saying if the Warren shut the doors, they would have nothing, you know. The Warrens, for some young people, have said the Warrens kept them alive. They wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the Warren. And some people are not alive, do you know what I mean? Because of the struggles they've got in life. And, you know, and we try and support them young people. We need to find ways of bringing money in from all around different places and looking at building stuff around the Warren that can feed the Warren. So to say, for instance, at the moment we do, you know, a record label. So we want to build that so it maybe brings in more money, so maybe we can support the local bands more, we can offer more of a platform, but it also brings money back in to sustain that project. So then that's not constantly relying on, you know, government funding or whatever. So that's one option, you know, to try and find commercial ways of making money that feed the day-to-day frontline youth work that we do, but it might be fed by projects around that feed into it, like the label, like putting on events, like, you know,